All right. Good morning, Facebook fam. Good morning, Facebook fam. I'm your boy Big Q from Team Boy TV Turbo, and I'm joined by the one and only, the Sage of Sports, the Glass from Get With Us. What's going on this morning, Glass?
What's up, bro? Everything's good. Glad to be back on this show
Yeah,
on Wednesday morning. Let's
Wednesday
get with
morning. Wednesday morning is becoming it's becoming that hotness, man. It's becoming that
yeah.
hotness, man. I think we got a pretty decent show. I had a blast last week. I'm gonna go ahead and let you know that now. Last week was off the chain, and even though we disagreed on a bunch of stuff last week, I got a feeling it's gonna be the opposite this week because we got some news stories that I think we kind of pretty much in the same ballpark about. Let me see here. We got this is what I titled the show. I don't know if you dig this or not. This is what I titled the show. So I titled the show 3 and Out, episode number 3, the Dak Prescott theory.
Yeah. I like that.
The Josh Norman gamble. Yeah. And can somebody please shut Josh Norman's mouth? You know what I'm saying? So that's what we talking about this morning.
I co-sign all three of those.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So nice 3 topics for us to take a look at. Some cool stuff. Anyway, man, so far this week you're doing all right? Everything good?
Oh, so it's beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
man. Yeah. I mean, I'm feeling good because we getting close. We got one more episode of TeamBoydTV live divisional breakdown to do, and then we're good to go, man. So I'm ready. I'm ready to go. But this morning we're gonna jump right into it. What we going first? What we going first?
Let's do a little Dak.
Let's do a little Dak. Let's do a little. Okay, cool. So go ahead and set this one up.
All right, everybody, of course, I'm not a preseason fan. I'm just going by the highlights. And for what I've seen in the highlights, the rookie from Mississippi State, Dak Prescott, who went in the 4th round, which I got a problem with in itself.
Yeah.
Look like he's the real deal, with the Dallas Cowboys. He throwing over the shoulders. He got Dez Bryant looking good. All the wide receivers looking good. He running in for touchdown.
Yeah.
He's looking like a dual threat. I don't know, Jerry Jones might be looking at Tony Romo like, get her one more time, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like what we think about Dak Prescott.
Listen, this is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say the people who went early. We had Jared Goff 1, Carson Wentz 2, and both of them, by falling. Look, Goff is coming on. Look, I think with him being the number 1 draft pick. It was a disgrace. I think he should have been in the place of Dak. And whoever was doing the scouting, that's the stuff I don't get. But you know what? Sometimes you got to dig deep in the draft to find the best quarterbacks. And I'm telling you, Prescott will be around in the NFL longer than Wentz, longer than Goff. You heard it here first. Them dudes gonna be got traded a couple times. They're gonna fall into that category that JB talk about all the time. Them quarterbacks. I forgot what he called them, but he gave them a weird name. This group of quarterbacks who got drafted high, but ended up being a disappointment. We were talking, I don't know, I think it was maybe last season on TeamBoydTV Live. This was going on around a time where we were sitting around at the draft and, everybody holding their breath thinking that Jerry Jones was going to pull the trigger on one Johnny Manziel. And then the Cowboys face were like, we don't need no Johnny Manziel. We got Tony Romo and Romo we trust and this, that, and the third. So they feel like Romo was the key, but after seeing what happened last season, look, Romo, his time is numbered, and look, I think they got somebody that's going to be able to fill his shoes. And here's the where it gets to be a conspiracy, right? Okay. Some of us, people who are not really Dallas Cowboys fans but are football fans, we see the potential in the rookie quarterback right now. Versus the Cowboys fans still kind of want to roll the dice with Tony Romo. Yes, Tony Romo's proven, his stats that don't lie, right? But I don't know if you out there on that training field at practice and you watching the stuff go down, Glass. I mean, what kind of decision? Look, you still got about a week to go. Right? You still got about a week to go. But what are you thinking right now? Like what I mean, because this got to be tough. It's got to be tough.
Not to me. Now, see, this is where I can see this gonna be the debate because you already know how I feel about rookie quarterbacks. Don't throw them up in there. Don't throw them in the fire.
Yeah.
Week 1. Just let them sit back. You know what? Cowboys finished the season last year 6-9.
It was garbage, whatever it was.
You know what I'm saying? So you not. I mean, Tony Romo's back. He's a proven quarterback. He's a top 10 quarterback. Throw him back up in there and let Dak look at how everything transpire. So when it's time for him to come in, he can come in. You know what? Unless Tony Romo get hurt, Dak Prescott will not see the field.
Okay, now we facing with another one of them situations where first 4 or 5 games, Dallas go 2-3 or whatever, or 1-4 or something like that. The fans gonna start hollering. I'm just saying, because look, that's a real deal scenario. That is a real deal scenario where the Dallas Cowboys could drop 3 of the first 5 games. You know what I'm saying? And then what? I mean, now is the pressure is it on the coaching staff to be like, listen, we need to make a change, or is that too early for you?
This team was known as a team of mediocrity. How long they been going 8-8? 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
So ain't nothing gonna change. I know you looking. I mean, come on, man. You got a rookie running back in Ezekiel Elliott. You got a rookie Dak Prescott. You don't need a rush. You got Tony Romo. You got Dez Bryant. You got a great front line. Yeah. Man, just do what you got and just let the youngsters learn, man. All you ain't got to rush in there real quick. See, listen, you know what? You know how long the Cowboy faithful been hollering for change?
Yeah, they never really wanted to kind of go away from Tony Romo though. So that's the problem with the Dallas Cowboys fans. In my eyes, and this is my personal opinion, right? It ain't got nothing to do with and people. If you don't like it, I mean, it's my opinion. Tony Romo is one of the reasons why this team can't advance. It's Tony Romo. I can't think of no other reason why this team can't win more games. I can't think of no other reason why this team performs dismally. And when it comes time to get down to the end of the season and trying to win a division and trying to go to the playoffs, I can't see no other reason that this is happening to the Dallas Cowboys other than what's going on at the quarterback position. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know if you agree with that or not, but let's just look at their history. The one playoff game that they've been in 2 playoff games. They won 1, right? So they've been in 2 playoff games in the last, 6-7 seasons or whatever. What's been happening at the end of the game? What do you see at the end of the game? You see Tony Romo sitting on his ass with his head in his hands. You know what I'm saying? Or you see Tony Romo throw the interception, or you see Tony Romo miss the pass, or you see Tony Romo get folded like an accordion. So it's Tony Romo, and I don't know if you agree with that. It's Tony Romo, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? This is a beautiful show because that's all we're gonna be doing is debating. Right. I cannot agree with you, Big Q. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, I do not believe I am defending Tony Romo right now.
Yeah,
but I am defending him. I can't put it on Tony Romo. All on Tony Romo. Tony Romo might get 10% of it.
Okay.
Our percentage go to Jerry Jones. A percentage goes to the fact that everybody get at least 5 to 6 key players get injured every year between Dez Bryant, what's his name? Lee. I can't remember his first.
Sean Lee.
Yeah, Sean Lee. Then you go ahead and pick Greg
Hardy.
Greg Hardy. You disrupt everything and everything goes to ish. Yeah. So there's a lot of factors other than Tony Romo.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. Tony Romo does throw he's a gunslinger and just throw the errant pass every now and then, but it's the injuries.
Yeah.
It's the chemistry. Listen, it's the front office.
10% ain't gonna work for me. I'm sorry. Now look, I get what you're saying.
All right, how about 20? How about 20? I give you 20.
Look, that ain't good enough either. I get what you're saying about Jerry Jones is a problem. He's a problem, but even though he does some weird, questionable things when it comes to personnel. You gotta admit. I mean, look at the squad he's been putting together, though, right? So other than the stuff that may be out of your control, like the injuries and stuff like that, not Tony Romo's injuries, because we knew about these injuries, right? We know that he's injury prone. So take him out of the equation. Talking about other players, like Dez went down last year, stuff like that. The suspensions, come on, man, that's another thing, you know what I mean? But I will put that into consideration. I will even say that's a good 35-40% of what's going on. Jerry Jones personnel, suspensions, injuries. 35-40%. 60-65%. Tony Romo, man. It's Tony Romo. Look, and I ain't gonna say you can just put any quarterback in there because we saw that last season. We saw that you can't just throw somebody in there and expect the same results or better. You need a good quality quarterback, and I think they have that now. They got a good quality running back. We saw what happened last time. They had a good quality running back, set up behind that offensive line. Tony Romo didn't have to do much. He pretty much was taken out of the equation. And what happened? The Dallas Cowboys win the division, and I think they went on to win one playoff game, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, come on. Look, Tony, take him out of the equation, or just have him there handing the ball off to DeMarco Murray or Ezekiel, somebody like don't throw the ball. The minute Tony Romo drops back, it's over. You know what I'm saying? It's over.
Wait a minute. Wait. But Tony Romo, okay, that's believe me. I don't believe I'm defending Tony Romo. But anyway, that's in the past. Last year, they was 5-0 with Tony Romo.
They were. They were.
If you really want to think about it, Tony Romo could have been MVP of the league. I know he's the MVP of the team because when he was in there, he was undefeated. Okay. When he left, they ran through 4 to 5 quarterbacks and still came out with one extra win during the season. Yeah. So, no, I can't put it 60%, 65% on Tony Romo. Oh. The most I can give you is 25-30.
Okay. All right. You know what? And I'll take it 25-30, but this is what I will say. If I got some hotness in my back pocket, right? I got some hotness in my back pocket. And I know I got this hotness in my back pocket. Why? Look, I know it's certain times where, we talk about the Aaron Rodgers of the world or, he really the only one I can really, really think about because everybody else I can think of, they came out, they had to get plugged in pretty quickly. Aaron Rodgers was pretty much the last one that had to kind of sit and chill for a minute. I guess you can say Tom Brady too, but that was so long ago and stuff like that. But it's proven that a lot of these young guys can come in and get it done. We've seen Russell Wilson come in and get it done. Won a Super Bowl very early in his career. Cam Newton came in and got it done. Jameis Winston is doing his thing. Teddy Bridgewater is performing really, really well. So these young guys can get it done. I guess it depends on now, if I had to depend on the Dallas Cowboys coaching staff to get my young rookie quarterback ready to play on the stage like that, I might have to second guess it. I might have to think twice about it, and I might have to go with the old faithful. I don't know. It's a tough situation when you got that kind of firepower in your back pocket.
I understand everything that you're saying, but you know what they say: patience is a virtue. Yeah. Now I hear what you said about Russell Wilson. They didn't have a quarterback.
Right.
I heard what you said. I agree with you. I put this in the same aspect as the Green Bay Packers with Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. You have a quarterback. You just have another quarterback baking it in the oven baking. It's the same situation here. You got Tony Romo, who is a legit quarterback. Yeah. So let him go up in there. Let Dak see what's going on with the field. See what's learn, get school, and then bring him in when you want to bring him in. Yeah. Now let me just tell you this real quick. I might have a biased opinion, but the simple fact, I want you to let Dak Prescott simmer in the background for the simple fact. 3 years from now, when he off his rookie contract, look who might be calling.
Yeah, I know. And that's another thing. And see, this is what I'm afraid of. So this has been a trend that I'm seeing starting to develop. I look at young Brock Osweiler played behind Peyton Manning. And before Peyton Manning, he played. Hold on, he was behind Peyton Manning for 2 years, right? 2 years behind Peyton Manning.
Who?
Brock Osweiler. Didn't they draft Brock Osweiler the same year they brought Peyton in?
2 years. Yeah.
So he's simmering behind Peyton Manning, one of the all-time greats, one of the legends, right? He chilling. He learned. He's soaking up the game. Okay, Peyton Manning decides to call it a career. I'm out, right? And guess what? Brock Osweiler's like, what? I'm out too. You know what I mean? So we got Prescott back there, knowing what type of talent he is, right? And I don't know if right now from what I can see, and I know it's early, and I know we ain't seen a whole lot, but we ain't seen a whole lot of Brock Osweiler either. Over the past couple of years. But I think if I had to choose between Osweiler and Prescott right now to bring to my team, I'm going with Prescott. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with the rookie. I mean, based on based on the information we have.
At least we got an 8-game sampler.
We got a little bit of sample
for Brock.
Yeah.
We don't know. We just got preseason games with
Prescott.
And don't get me wrong, Dak. I'm just gonna put it out there. We're gonna keep it real on this show. Dak Prescott did not deserve to be in the 4th round.
No,
I don't care what kind of damn DUI he got. He did not deserve 4th round. No. I know he's better. I'm just gonna put it out there. He's better than Jared Goff. I don't know a damn thing about Jared Goff or Carson Wentz.
Right.
One of them two went to South Dakota State.
Right. Hey, look.
Wait. Hold on. Dak Prescott went to SEC. He almost brought down the Alabama Crimson Tide by himself.
Right. Yeah.
We know what they got. Zach, and what's his name from Penn State? Hackenberg?
Yeah, Hackenberg. Yeah.
For Prescott? Come on, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like I said, I don't know who was making that decision right there, but I'm telling you, like Wentz. Well, I don't know. Maybe it ain't his fault. He got drafted to a bad team. But I don't know, man. It's just I just feel like this whole having Prescott sit back and chill. I'm gonna say this, and I'm willing to go ahead and go on record with you here. I'm saying between week 6 and week 8, Tony Romo is gonna be unavailable, right? He ain't gonna make it that far in the season. He's not. You know what I mean? And so look, maybe they might not want to play the young quarterback right now, but they understand. They understand Tony Romo is fragile. Tony Romo is like a box of glass, right? And he ain't gonna make it.
Right?
Yeah, he ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna make it. And this has been proven for the last couple of seasons. He's just not gonna make it, right? And so listen, whether people want to say, well, the rookie quarterback, they need to learn, and he ain't gonna get a chance to do that anyway. He's not gonna get the chance to do that anyway. But between week 6 and week 8, we're gonna see Dak Prescott as the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. How far along do you think Tony Romo gonna go this season?
I hate to say, I do agree with you. He will be hurt. 6, 8. That's about right. That's the only reason I will put in Dak Prescott. Yeah. Other than that, he will sit on the sidelines and learn. Yeah. That's the only way. I will not throw him in there. I don't care if Tony Romo's having a bad 3-4 game losing streak. Yeah. I wouldn't put him up in there unless his injury comes about.
Wow. I don't know. Because if I know Jerry Jones like I think I know Jerry Jones, man, losing is something that he don't deal with that very well. Even though it's been something that he's been having to deal with, he don't like it. I was about to say, yeah. He don't like it, man. And again, it goes back to what you got. You got these 2 rookie studs on your roster, man. And I know you can work Ezekiel in there. You can work him in, like you can put him in different packages, and he'll get a lot more reps early than Prescott will. I mean, that's just the way it is because we got Tony Romo, and we got our number 1 running back in Dallas right now is a free agent they brought in, right? And McFadden, right? Is that right?
Who
is it? McFadden?
Is it McFadden? Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Yeah. Right?
So, and of course, McFadden is a quality running back, but is he that running back that's gonna, is he gonna do your Adrian Peterson style stuff?
Well, he had a good season. He had a good season. Was it last year?
He had a good season last year. But like I said, I think they will work the running back in there. The quarterback is gonna have to sit and wait on something. And it's sad to say, but I'm just saying I do believe we'll see him. I believe we'll see him just because of the way Dallas is set up. You know what I'm saying? Just the way they set up. Look,
I got you. Like I said, my key word, patience.
Yeah, patience. I'm just saying, I didn't see the young boys work it out pretty good. They used to fail pretty hard, but it's a few of them in the league right now who are doing just fine. So I'm just saying, and I guess it really depends on the makeup and the coaching staff and the team that you own and all that kind of stuff. But Dallas is a good team. The team is a good team. So I think they will take care of him. I think he'll be fine. But of course, we have to see. All right, there you go. That's the Dak Prescott theory right there. So, Glass believe that they should sit him. He should learn, just like they said with Blake Bortles, just like they said with a bunch of other quarterbacks, just like they said with Teddy Bridgewater, like they said with a bunch of, and we saw what happened. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there.
I got you.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Because other teams do it don't mean you have to do it.
They've been successful.
But we've also seen the nosedives too.
We have. So and I'm glossing over that, but that's what it is, right? So, it is what it is. All right. So we move on to the Josh Gordon gamble. Glass, set this one up.
All right. As you guys know, Josh Gordon has been reinstated by the I don't even want to say honorable, by the god, the Zeus of the NFL.
Not a crook.
Project. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway, he got reinstated. I was shocked that he got reinstated, but kudos to Josh Gordon for doing so. Now that he's been reinstated, other teams been looking at Cleveland Browns like, hey, that one guy you got on your team named Josh Gordon, you still want him? I know he's damaged goods, but we'll take him off your hands. So multiple teams, not one, not two, but multiple teams have been calling the Cleveland Browns front office to see if they were willing to let go of one Josh Brown.
Wow, I'm gonna tell you something. This is a weird predicament for Cleveland because this is Josh Gordon we're talking about. You can get something for him. You definitely can get something for him. And let him be somebody else's problem, right? But but here's where I think we may rethink this. We got a brand new coaching staff, Hugh Jackson, got a new quarterback in there, RG3. Seeing what he's doing with, Terrell Pryor out there. I mean, you give RG3 another weapon like this. I mean, here's the kicker, though. Okay, this is where it gets real. Can we trust Josh Gordon? We don't put our faith in him a few times. He can't, like Stephen A. Smith. He can't leave the weed alone. He can't leave it alone. So I mean, honestly, though, I think this time might be a good time because he ran out of chances here. This may be his last chance, you know what I mean? And yeah, of course, he got a couple teams calling and about him and whatnot. Somebody else may give him a shot. I think if he messes up again in Cleveland, it's over. But here's the thing. I think that with the way Cleveland is coming along, with the changes that they made at the coach, at the wide receiver, at the quarterback position, running back. So look, they can challenge. I mean, I know JB would beg to differ, saying the Cleveland Browns going to challenge in the AFC North. They can. And I ain't saying they can win the division. They can challenge. And Josh Gordon would just make that team so much stronger if his head is on straight. You know what I mean? So I don't know. What you think?
If I was Cleveland Browns, like you say, I would keep him. He's already here. We got in him. Hopefully we get better. Piggyback off you said, you got RG3. He's going to need some weapons. Terrell Pryor on one side, Josh Gordon on the other. I can't remember who the tight end. The tight end's pretty decent. They damn near drafted
Gary Boyne. Fantasy stud. Yeah.
Exactly. They damn near drafted 3 more wide receivers. So you got 5-6 wide receivers on your team right now. So if Josh Gordon want to hit the herbal again, you'll be all right. Yeah. And let's not forget, you got him on the cheap. You got him out of the supplementary draft, not the NFL draft, but the supplementary draft.
That's right.
I think you got him for, let me look up, 4 years, $5.3 million. You got him on the cheap. You got him on a discount. He is a legit wide receiver. You don't have nothing to lose by keeping him on your squad.
Absolutely.
Why give him up? And why give him up? There's no reason to give him up right now.
It really ain't. And I mean, because honestly, like I said, his value is up there, though, right? But what do you actually really need right now? I think what you need is a top tier wide receiver. That's what you need, and you got that in him, right? And I mean, what else? You want some future draft picks for what? I mean, RG3 looking like he might, be able to get something done there. He might be running back into, his regular potential. I don't know. Right. I mean, we have to see, but I think the RG3 is the right move. I think he's the, based on what they had there. You know what I mean? That's the way to go. But really,
hey, and if I was Hugh Jackson, I need every personnel and help I could get.
Absolutely, because I really feel like, as value in trading Josh Brown, but right now I'm good. I don't really need anything.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
They don't need any draft picks. I think they set for a couple of years at the number one at the first round draft pick. So they're not looking for draft pick. I mean, you got to give them a offer where it's like, damn, I'd be stupid not to take this. I don't think it's out there. Not for a guy like Josh Gordon that you don't know what you can get out of.
Absolutely.
He's suspended for four games now.
Right. And I get the whole damaged goods deal. I just feel like people will be like, oh yeah, I know. Yeah, he's suspended for because come on, Dallas brought in Greg Hardy when he had a suspension on his They
record. Brought in Dennis Bryant. Remember that too?
Yes. I mean, that ain't a big deal because you got to think about future potential. And and honestly, I think but on the flip side of it though, on some serious stuff, I think that Josh Gordon would probably benefit from going to a team with a different culture, right? A team that wouldn't let him. So, I mean, because Cleveland got a little bit of a record, I mean, we saw the stuff that happened with Johnny Manziel and, and then Josh Gordon was the main two. And then, stuff is happening and it seemed like it's being swept under the rug or the front office ain't really paying it no attention. They're not really getting upset about it. They're not bringing the hammer down real hardcore. They're leaving it to the league to handle, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So, like, I think, in the long term, going somewhere where there's a more serious established culture may benefit a Josh Gordon. I mean, I'm just looking out for him now, not talking about the Browns, just talking about Gordon, he goes somewhere like a Baltimore, or I'm trying to think of somewhere else he could probably go. He's got a strong culture. You know what I mean? Like he go to a place like that, New England somewhere. I mean, he probably wouldn't last in New England. He probably wouldn't make it.
There you go. He wouldn't last in Baltimore. You see what they did to Ray Rice.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
They forgot about him. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, maybe those coaches are too strong.
Maybe, right. But I hear what you're saying. Maybe he needed new scenery. But let's not forget, maybe the Cleveland Browns brought the scenery to him. As much as I hate Hugh Jackson going to the Cleveland Browns, maybe that's a breath of fresh air that RG3 needs, and Josh Gordon.
Yeah.
Maybe I believe he's a great offensive mind. I don't know. I think they gave him the shaft too early in Oakland.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
He got another chance, so he's probably talking to him like, "Listen, man, we all in the same boat. We all had issues that we had to deal with. Let me work with you. You work with me. Let me help you help me, or help me help you."
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. Because you're absolutely right about that. Because it's a lot of pressure on him, right? And everybody know. People don't want to talk about it, but everybody know. Head coaching jobs for black head coaches don't come around too often. What I'm saying?
Sir.
So you got to take it. And honestly, I don't believe he took Oakland very seriously. Like I said, he came in there all jovial and wanting to be buddy with the office and all that. And I think now he realized, especially after maybe talking to Marvin Lewis or whatever, and let Marvin Lewis kind of put some stuff in his head that you gotta worry about you. You can't be trying to be all cool with the owners and stuff, because they will cut your ass. They will send you packing in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't your friends. They're your bosses.
Right. And they'll cut you and get you one of these retreads that been retread for like 3-4 years.
In a heartbeat. And I think he understands that now. And, and so just like, you're bringing in somebody like RG3 who people said was a project, an experiment. RG3 is done. He'll never be the RG3 that he was when he first came into the league. Bringing him in there. Terrell Pryor was another one who was like an experiment type thing. Then converted the quarterback into a wide receiver, who, by the way, is doing very well, right?
Correct.
So it's a lot of stuff going on, and and it's a lot of pressure on Hugh Jackson. And now you're talking about Josh Gordon, who's another situation that Hugh Jackson got to deal with under his watch. And I just got a feeling with the seriousness of the situation, Hugh Jackson ain't gonna play no games with Josh Gordon. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll bring him in because he need him, but mess up if you want to.
Yeah, like I said, they don't have nothing to lose. They got him on the cheap.
Yeah.
The NFL, I mean, they gonna if he gets suspended. I mean, if he get caught again, hey, we gonna wash our hands with it and let somebody else deal with you.
That's right. We'll move on because you will not be the reason that I get fired. Point blank.
But you know what was key about? Yeah, I got you. You know what was key about this? The fact that Roger Goodell brought him back.
Yeah.
So evidently he showed Roger Goodell in the NFL that he's serious this time. I think that threw up a flag to everybody, like, okay, he might be good this time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping that this coaching situation is the right one for him. I mean, because we look at the coaches that he had over the last couple years of his career, and they just ain't been up to snuff. Now Hugh Jackson, he didn't prove a lot he proved a lot in Cincinnati. Had them looking crazy sharp. The stuff he did with that offense there is remarkable. So come on, he ain't no joke. But at the head coaching position, his record is a little bit different. You see what I'm saying? So people are still skeptical about what he can do as a head man versus being an assistant. So I don't know. It's like the situation in Cleveland is something that I think everybody should pay attention to, because it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And I definitely gonna be watching, because all those dudes down there doing what they doing, and that group of people, it's a weird combination of folk you would never think would be together like that. Right. And they are. We'll see what they do.
We might be shocked. We did the AFC North breakdown a couple of weeks ago. We might be wrong. they might hold their ends up in the AFC North, and if they hold their end up in the AFC North, that means other teams outside the division are in trouble.
Absolutely. And like I said earlier when we first started the conversation, I do believe they will challenge in the AFC North. I mean, you got look. Baltimore, they coming back in the form, but we don't know what kind. Is it going to be the same Baltimore? Like, to me, it seemed like when they lost a couple players, they kind of lost their confidence and their swagger. and they ain't been the same, right?
Right.
But we don't know what they look. I mean, I saw them play a couple preseason games. They looked okay, but they struggled. The first team struggled against some stuff. So Pittsburgh might be the biggest challenger, other than Cincinnati, because Cincinnati is just all powerful. They're the best team in that division. I don't care what JB might think. They're the best team in that division. But you only got to play them twice, right? So even if you get beat both times and you hold up against the other two teams, you still got a shot. Will Hugh Jackson make that kind of mark in his first year? Hey,
I hope so.
I do too.
Hope so.
I do too. Wow, that was good stuff. All right, so it's time to go to the main event. Now this is the one that I've been excited about this. Okay, I've been excited about this. And first of all, let's go ahead and get this straight. I'm not one of them Carolina Panther fans that's salty about Josh Norman. I'm not. Let's just be clear about that. Now, do I wish he was still on the team? Yes. Did I like what happened with his exit? No, I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it went down. But at the same time, it's like you guys always tell me, you always put your heart into the NFL, and I do, right? But at the same time, it's a business, and I get that, right? Josh Norman didn't want to play ball, or maybe the people he hired didn't want to play ball.
Exactly.
Even though Josh Norman's heart was probably in the right place, but he paying this guy to get him the best deal possible. It wasn't in Carolina; it was in Washington. So buy Josh Norman. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it is. But here's the thing: he does a interview with ESPN the magazine. Coupled with that, on Twitter, messing around with ODB and Odell Beckham Jr. and Demaryius Thomas, right? Okay. So here's my problem with Josh Norman. Okay, we saw what you did in Carolina. You were a stud in Carolina, and let a lot of people tell it. Hey, that wasn't all you. Even though you capped off a lot of them highlights, but come on, give your props to them boys up front. If you think it's all about you, you're wrong. You can't do what you do without a Luke Kuechly, a Thomas Davis, a KK Short, Starler Tiller. You can't do that kind of stuff, right? And we gonna find out the hard way why you shouldn't be calling out Dez Bryant, Odell Beckham, and especially not no Super Bowl champion who schooled you in the Super Bowl in Demaryius Thomas, right? So guys, this is what it is. Josh Norman is running his mouth, ain't did nothing in Washington, but get toasted in a couple practices by Pierre Garçon, right? So why is he running his mouth like this?
All right. First off, we know what happened with the Carolina situation. That's the reason why he fired his agent. Up in his agent, they gave him the what? They gave him the franchise tag. Agent must have said something that was backwards.
He rescinded that back. I ain't never seen that happen in the NFL.
That's what I'm saying. He must have said something off the wall. Yeah. Ron Rivera and them boys are like, you know what? You do know the front seven was the heartbeat of this defense, not you. Yeah. You want to sit here and act like you want to do. Go ahead, go out there and find something. Let me take back this franchise tag and just move your ass on.
Go ahead. Let's see what you can get.
And you could tell by his face he did not want that to happen.
Oh, absolutely not.
But credit to Josh Gordon. He's not pouting anymore. Okay, it is what it is. I got paid. I'm in Washington. Let me do what I do. I hear what you're saying, Josh Norman run his mouth a little bit too much. But Josh Norman knows the way to keep relevant in the NFL.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Running his mouth and act like Josh Norman knows Conor McGregor in the NFL. Run his mouth, show his butt off, and just now you got to act like Josh proved to us that you are legit.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, but I'm gonna tell you though, these boys who we calling out. I mean, listen, it might be a little bit. Listen, I know that this whole Odell Beckham thing kind of started with that game against the Giants last season. This is look, I'm a Panther fan. I'm wearing a Panther jersey. Look, I want y'all to know that I don't turn my back on my Panthers and nothing like that. And I'm a Josh Norman dude, right? But here's the thing: people forget in that game. If you take away the fighting and the scrapping and the mind games and them getting in each other's face and stuff like that, people
ODB had him.
Josh Norman got took on Odell dropped one of the passes. He dropped one of
that touchdown pass.
It was a surefire touchdown. And then, of course, the touchdown finally happened. Here's what I'm saying. He had to step outside of the logical football play to beat this man, right? Couldn't do it one-on-one, couldn't do it straight up, right? Now, this is with a potent top 5 defense, the front 7, that got your back. Now you're in Washington with, look, no disrespect to Washington, but they ain't no Carolina Panthers. I'm gonna say that, right?
We will now see what type of island he's on.
Right. You know?
If he is on the island, he will have no help coming out of Washington.
Yeah.
And that first thing, we already talked about it off air, but that first three games, Pittsburgh, who they have? Antonio Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Week 2, Dallas Cowboys, they have a guy named Des Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, week 3, the New York Giants, which everybody gonna be looking forward to see how ODB gonna put it on them.
Mm-hmm.
And now let me spit it. What if he holds his own to them 3 teams?
And, you know what? And that's the part that's left. That's the question that's left unanswered, right? Again, if he go out there and prove that he is what he's trying to sell with everybody else, if he can back that up, I'll leave him alone. You know what I mean? Because from what I can see and from what I saw last season, you know, when it came time for you to go man up and 1-on-1 with somebody with a top tier wide receiver, you know, you wasn't that good. You know, and I mean, it wasn't just in the Giants game; it was in other games too. It was, you know, it was in the Colts game, it was in the Green Bay Packers game, it was in a few other games too. You know, right. It got overshadowed by all the other stuff that was happening in Carolina. So you can get away with it, you know what I mean? Because there was a lot of stuff going on in Carolina last year, and people Atlanta. Come on, Julio. Who talks about that? Nobody talks about that. Now I know I don't like talking about it, but I was there. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so,
right.
I mean, look. I ain't saying he's selling the bill of goods, Glass. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying I watched all of Carolina's games last year. A lot of them multiple times. And I'm just telling you, I don't think he's going to be able to replicate that type of performance in Washington. I don't think so. Just saying. I
agree. I think, you know, with Carolina, the quarterback was being rushed because of that for them front 7. Washington does not have a front 7, which means the quarterback will not be rushed. We're gonna see what we got Josh Norman. We're gonna see what we got.
It's gonna be an interesting situation, but you know what?
I got the Doubting Thomas spirit.
Yeah, I do too. You know, a part of me want to see him do well. I mean, a part of me do want to see him do well because, again, like I said, like we done seen, you know, some people leave Carolina in unceremonious fashion. We done seen some people. We've seen it happen with Hardy, with Smith, and you know now you know Norman. You know, we done seen this stuff happen, and you know, even if you want to talk about D'Angelo Williams, I mean, you know, we really didn't want to see him leave. You know, with the team, you know, hey, it is what it is. Dave Gettleman, the general manager there, he's cutthroat, man. You don't play no games. You know what I'm saying? Right, and you know, what's the man's name? Charles Johnson was trying to play them games. Talking about, hey, you know, I'm going out there and see what's happening. It was like going out there and see what did he had to come crawling back. You know what I'm saying? Right, and, you know, he still had to take the hometown discount because Gettleman was like, okay, either you're going to be a Panther or you're not. Right. I ain't got nothing to do with, you know, all the other stuff. You know, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Right. Either you're going to be a Panther or you're not. And, you know, and again, I know Josh Norman's heart was in the right place. Everybody know that he didn't want to leave Carolina. Everybody know that they was building something special in Carolina, and he wanted to be a part of it. But hey, you know, at the same time, you paid this man to do a job, and he did that job. And so, and then you can't be mad at the results. I mean, you know, it is what it is, right? It's kind of like a catch-22. Like, look, I want the money, but I want to play for this team. This team don't want to give me the money, but what do I do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Now, I don't even want to put it that way. He wanted the money, and Carolina's like, man, dude, shut the door in his face.
Right.
There was no negotiation. They shut the door in his face. So it's like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get this money and make lemon out of lemonade. Yeah. Make lemonade out of lemons. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is. I'm just saying, the whole going on social media, you know, this and that's the issue that I got. Now, look, I know that might be some of that Carolina swag coming over there because, you know, the Carolina Panthers kind of built some weird stuff. They kind of built this man into like a monster. I don't know if it's a facade. You know, I don't know. I can't really. It's hard for me because a lot of people said that a lot of the Carolina Panthers players, some secondary players, like the ones who are don't get a lot of top billing. So you know, you got your Cams and your Davises and Keekleys and all them. They get top billing, right? But then you got these dudes who kind of play the background, who kind of starting to feel themselves. You know, your Ben Wickeries, your what's my man, Coleman. Coleman showed up at the end of the season. He started feeling himself. Norman was one of these dudes who thought he should have been a top tier player. He should have been on the billboards with everybody else, right? And he wasn't on the billboards or whatever. It was always Cam, Keekly, and Davis, right? Stewart, these Tolbert. Why is Tolbert getting more top billing than Josh Norman? Why? Josh Norman, he got stats. What is Tolbert doing? So maybe he felt like that too. I don't know. Maybe he felt like, look, it's too much flash, and I want to be the man. You know what I'm saying? I want to be the man, and I can't be the man in Carolina because it's just too many men in Carolina. I don't know. I don't know how you feel about that.
Josh Norman made his money from his mouth.
Oh yeah.
The man was, what was he, a 5th round draft pick out of Coastal Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
He made his presence known when he had that one-on-one with your boy Cam Newton in practice.
Oh yeah.
He made his name known when he mouthing off to everybody he was playing defense on. He making money off his mouth so well. He's in Washington and about to be paid from, Fox NFL?
Oh yeah.
Game day?
Oh yeah.
The coach didn't even know he was on that show, but he's on this show. Yeah. So I'm not knocking his hustle.
Yeah.
That's his hustle. I'm gonna make myself relevant any way possible.
Wow.
Do your thing, Josh Norman.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I think because honestly, they brought him in as a free agent, and and last year going into the end of the season, we saw Kirk Cousins face all. Anytime anybody wanted to talk to anybody from Washington, they always called up Kirk Cousins, right? Or every once in a while we'll see Deshaun Jackson pop up on the scene, right? But it was mostly Kirk Cousins most of the time. Now, every time I see Josh Norman way more now than I saw him last year. He's everywhere, right? And he's the face of the franchise and ain't done nothing for the team. Yeah, that part I don't understand. How you gonna be the face of a franchise and you ain't even played an official snap for them yet?
Because he running his mouth. I'm telling you, the mouth is a powerful weapon, boy.
Not even playing an official snap, man, and he's the face of the franchise.
Isn't D'Angelo Hall still on that team?
Still on the team, yes.
Look at them 2 mouths right there.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a hell of a fight.
It is.
They're gonna be talking a lot of trash.
The only thing I'm worried about, is when the L's start piling up. Now listen, Washington ain't no slouch of a team. They got lucky last year with the demise of Dallas and the off and on of New York Giants, and Philadelphia was just imploding from the inside. So I think Washington took advantage of that and they got lucky and ended up going on and doing what they did. Because you saw what happened to them in the playoffs, right? So that was the proof was in the pudding right there, right? They weren't as good as they thought they were because they got destroyed in the playoffs, right? But at the same time, do they have the luxury of coasting through the division this time? I mean, you got Tony Romo back. And like I said, we just finished talking about what the Dallas Cowboys are doing. You know what I'm saying? The New York Giants, look, Victor Cruz looking, he's out there. He going to join the squad. If that's a good thing or what's a bad thing, we don't know, right? It could be a detriment to them. Who knows? But they getting it together. They got their running back situation. And we know as long as the defense, and they spent a lot of money in New York on that defense, brought a lot of people in there, spent a whole lot. I think it was like $400 million they brought in there. On the defense. So, we got that to deal with. So they done got better. And still, I don't know about Philadelphia, but, I think it ain't going to be no walk in the park for no Washington team. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's going to be that easy for them. You know what I mean?
Listen, we talking about the NFC East.
Yeah.
That division, I'm going to tell you right now before we even get to the show next week, that's the most trashiest, weakest team weakest division in the NFL.
Yeah.
So I hear what you're saying about the Giants spending all this money. Hell with that. It don't matter because we talking about the NFC East. They like lobsters in a bucket. They're gonna bring the other one down. Nobody want to be on top. Everybody, Cowboys on top. They fell. We just ended like this. Washington Redskins. I'm sorry. The Washington football team won the division with what? With what?
With Kirk Cousins and Deshaun Jackson.
Okay, that's enough said.
Right.
Enough right there.
Yeah, So you say they got the same chance as anybody else in that division.
Exactly. And Josh Norman.
Yeah.
We gonna find out what you made of. But I'm gonna give you an applause right now.
Yeah. Because everything
you got $75 million contract.
Yeah, absolutely. Look,
he did your job.
He did his job. So now here's the thing.
Okay.
You got to go out in the field and do stuff. You done sold yourself, and you done did an excellent job of that. You're on TV all the time. You got this $50 million guarantee, $75 million contract. You set. You good to go. Everything is working in your favor. in the off season. But when it's time to go to work, you know what I'm saying? What we're gonna see, you know, that, and that's what we, you know, that's, and we're gonna talk about that on Team Boy TV Live, because we're doing the NFC East divisional breakdown. So we can actually get involved in that a little bit more, a little bit deeper. Anyway, Glass, the show was amazing again today.
I love this.
Oh yeah,
I love this.
Oh, it was good stuff. It's really, really good stuff. So yeah, go ahead and put yourself over, man. Let everybody know what's going on with you and what's happening.
All right, man. If you don't see me here with my partner Big Q on Team Boy TV, 3 and Out, or on Monday night when we got JB with us on the Team Boy TV Live, where we break down division, talk about NFL, you can find me at home at Get With It Sports, place where you get your sports with a little swag. Follow me on Twitter, on Facebook at Get With It Sports. Yeah. Download the Spreaker app that's up and coming. Download the Spreaker app, look for Get With It Sports Media. We got all our podcasts right there. And if you need to get in contact with me, want me on your show, holla at your boy. Email me at getwithitsports2, that's the number 2, at gmail.com.
Beautiful stuff right there, man. It's coming together. We got one last divisional breakdown to do, which should be a nice finale. The NFC East should be a nice finale. The turnout we had last week for the AFC East was tremendous, and we had people come out. It was great. Everybody can share their opinions, man, and it's cool. And then after that, we kind of roll right into the regular season. Season premiere on Monday, September 12th for Team Boy TV Live Week 1. We're going to break that down, break down what happened on Sunday, and get you guys ready for the Monday night game. Again, then you got Wednesday morning. Here we are right here, 3 and Out, Facebook exclusive. Me and Glass, we're going to debate about some stuff like we always do. I actually thought we would agree on more today than we did, but we still disagree. Right? You know what I mean? And then you got Saturday is the Black and Blue podcast, right? Panther fam, y'all gonna go ahead and come on out for your boy, another Facebook Live exclusive. I thought about it, you know, in the beginning I was thinking it'll be just a straight up Facebook exclusive, but last week I did an experiment. We did 3 and Out, and then I put it on YouTube, and it did pretty well. So we'll do the live version of the Black and Blue podcast on Facebook Live, and then later I'll put it up and for the people on YouTube to check out. And then, of course, Sunday morning, Vernie B makes her triumphant return back to the camera. She on camera again. Team Boy TV Game Time returns Sunday mornings, 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Sunday morning. Go ahead with the networks. We're going to go ahead and get the Sunday game set up, and we're going to pick them, and we're going to see what's good with that. And there you go. That's the 4 shows a week from Team Boy TV Turbo. We promised y'all that at the end of last season. We're going to deliver it this season. Glass, did you get the Pick 'em League stuff in there?
I was just about to say, before we leave up out of here, if you guys want to test your skills out with the pros that we have at Get With It Sports Pick 'em or Shut Up League, go ahead. Hit me up on the email if you can't get this right real quick. Hit me up on the email, getwithitsports2 at gmail.com. Hit me up on Twitter at getwithitsports. But if you want to test your skills with the greats, go to Yahoo Sports, click on the Pro Football Pick'em, join a group. The group ID is 4025, and the password is Pigskin Swag, capital P, capital S. You should be right there, front line and center. Yeah, man. So yeah, we've been doing the Pick'em League for a few years now, and it's always fun. So yeah, man, y'all come out, man. Come out and it's free and it's fun, and you get to hang out, talk junk, see who bragging rights, baby, bragging rights. It's good stuff, man. Y'all come out and do that. Anyway, until Saturday night, we'll see you guys back here on Facebook Live for Black and Blue podcast. For Glass and Get With It Sports, I am Big Q, Team Boy TV Turbo, and we'll catch y'all guys on the next one. Y'all take it easy. Peace.